Back to the 2016 race. The Real Clear Politics average shows Hillary Clinton with a slight bump now, up to a 2.6% lead over in a two-way race. But with the four-way race, Clinton is down slightly from yesterday to a 1.6% lead. The betting odds, meanwhile, continue to have Clinton with about a 2-to-1 lead, so she's up about 0.5% from yesterday. And the betting odds, Trump's odds, however, down about 0.5%. To help us make sense of all these numbers, here's our nightly political panel. From the Weekly Standard, executive editor Fred Barnes, and Public Radio's national political correspondent Mara Liasson. Always had trouble with that, Mara, back in the days when we were doing this on my program. It was national political, national public, and before I knew it, I was even as tongue-tied as I am these days. Your thoughts on what we're seeing in the polling?
I think that this race might not be as volatile as we thought. Polls were bouncing around, but they seem to have settled back to a very close race, more or less the way it was before the conventions. Remember, she got a bigger bounce than he did, and then she lost most of it in that kind of horrible stretch that she had. But she's still a couple points ahead. Yes, it's closed. We're seeing some tightening in some of the battleground states, but nothing that you would think really changes the dynamic of the race, where you see that he's created some new paths, for instance, to 270.
You know, what I'm interested in is the states that Romney won, and at the moment, Donald Trump is ahead in all of those, or at least not behind in any of them, as far as I know. And then the states that Obama won. Because
he had to win all the ones that Romney won and some that Obama won, right?
Now, yeah, and Obama won Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida. Now, if Trump won all the Romney states and won those three states, he'd win the election. That might be hard to do. But so I follow the states that Obama won, and Trump's ahead in at least 4 of those. The Fox poll showed that he was ahead, I believe, in Nevada and Ohio. And other polls have shown consistently that he's ahead in Iowa. Other polls have shown Colorado either tied or Trump's ahead. So they aren't enough to show him ahead in the Electoral College, but he's pretty darn close.
And you know, one other interesting thing, we were waiting to see what the third and fourth party candidates would do to this race. It was bouncing around. It seemed like they were taking from both of them, but now it's pretty clear they're taking votes from her.
And that's the question then arises, of course, about the third and fourth party candidates as to whether their presence in the race will fade with time. It usually has, not always.
It has, but historical rules only work till they stop working. And this year has.
We all remember Ross Perot.
Yes, Ross
Perot got out of the race, got back in,
and ended up getting what, 19%.
Yeah, but he was buying ads. He was paying.
Well, Jill Stein and Gary Johnson are not combined even close to that. But we do know that a lot of young people, she's underperforming with young people. They're moving to Gary Johnson, whether they're just parking there, as Britt suggests, maybe they'll come back at the end, or they're going to stay there. And that's a big problem for her.
Well, they might.
You mean stay there?
Yeah, they might.
They might stay there. That's why she went to college campuses. They're putting out the message that a vote for Gary Johnson is equivalent to a vote for Trump, trying to get those young people
young people are just up in the air in this election, more than any group.
Well, Obama got them, and he got them to a much higher degree than we'd seen any candidate of either party in recent cycles. The history of young people is most of them don't vote.
Right.
Or I should say a great many of them don't vote. They may answer pollsters' questions, but they don't vote.
That'll probably be true in this election.
Yeah, they're pretty decided they're not going to vote for Trump. Whether they turn out for Hillary is another question.
In your judgment, Mara, how badly does she need them?
I think she needs them. I think she needs them because even though she's polling...
Well, she'll win them, but...
No, she needs them to turn out for her. She's doing fine in the percentages. Same thing with Hispanics. But... they're not as enthusiastic about her as they were for Obama.
We're going to talk to Joe Trippi about that later. Fred, last word to you.
Yeah, I think the young people are Hillary Clinton's Achilles heel.
Really?
Yeah. She needs them badly.
Yeah. She needs more of them.
Without them, her chances of losing are much greater.